welcome to our first installment of a mock talk, basically a mock draft review. Figured we'd start off with one of the oldest in the games to do it, with
Oh
Mel
yeah.
Kiper.
Yep.
He's always in conversations with mock draft, so we got to start there. His 1.0, I've heard some interesting things about it. I haven't gone through it all yet, but we're ready to kick this off. But today we just got Mike and I here.
Yep. Yep.
Gage
What's
is
up?
off. Yeah. Gage is off doing something. We don't really know, but we're going to be putting out a lot of these. So some of us, or some of these videos might have all of us in it, might have none of it, or might have just two of us in it. So, but yeah, so Mel Kiper starts off here with a couple different things. We're just going to jump right into it, and we're going to judge it basically based off of how we feel like the mock draft is put together. So, yeah, but first one here, we got Jacksonville Jaguars going with Aiden Hutchinson,
It's kind of a different
which,
one.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
not saying he's bad or anything, but not a lot of people mock him first. A lot of people
no,
have
yeah,
Kayvon Thibodeau over him most of the time, saying that he might be the better overall guy.
yeah,
But
yeah. Well, and with Aiden Hutchinson, like he's been mocked a little bit more in the first overall pick,
yeah,
like more as the season was coming to a close because of all of his really good games there that he's had at near the end. Um, I think with the way that the mock draft season rolls out, I think Kayvon is the more interesting prospect to have.
hmm,
But this is with Jaguars. I think there's two options that they're going to go with here. Most likely, it's either going to be edge or tackle.
yep, 100%.
You're not going to really miss this year. I think everyone's really solid. There's not a whole lot of high risk players up at the top. So you can put anyone here that's in the typical top five, and
Yeah,
like it'll work out. Yeah, they'll always scrutinize it. But speaking of KT,
yep, there he
the
is.
Detroit Lions swing and get their edge of the future, which is a steal at number
Oh
two.
yeah.
I think so.
I think you can. Those two are so interchangeable. If you get either one right there at number two for the Lions, I think you're smiling at what you just picked you can't go wrong with either of those two guys. So
Yeah. Well, this is a year where quarterbacks are going to go to teams that have the right fit for them. They're not going
hmm,
to trade up too much unless they just really feel like it's their guy. But yeah, number two, you can't really go wrong here. I mean, it's debatable, but it's just
yeah,
that's what's going to happen most likely. Okay, so number three, the Houston Texans take Evan Neal out of Alabama.
I like that pick.
It's an interesting one
Hmm.
because it makes one of the things I've been saying about it is it makes Laramie Tunsil more liquid. He can keep both of them and
Hmm.
have a great offensive line and do a lot of damage that way. Or Evan Neal makes Laramie Tunsil tradable, where you get more draft capital potentially going down
Yep.
the road. So
Yeah, I like
I,
that
I don't.
Evan. I like to have a Neil pick for him.
Yeah, I think that it's a lot better than going with like one of the DBs like Stingley
Hmm.
or Kyle Hamilton. So far, nothing crazy. I
Nope.
think this is about what it's going to look like so far.
Yeah,
See, oh, okay. Speaking of Kyle
Hamilton
Hamilton,
to the
this
Jets.
is this pick is going to be the most controversial.
Hmm.
One, because it's New York.
Yeah.
The other is because they have so much that they can do, so much they can fill in that, everyone's going to say, oh, they should have taken this person or that person.
Yeah, they have a lot of options that they could take.
Yeah, I think Kyle Hamilton is one person that either goes number four or can like fall down to like 16 or 20
Yeah.
depending on how a defensive coordinator feels like they can fit him in. I think Sala is one of the best coaches that can work with Kyle Hamilton.
Hmm.
I think they can work with something scary there. Kyle Hamilton's 6'4", he's big, he's fast.
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
a
he
freak.
can play almost any position other than D end and D tackle. Like he
Yeah.
can even rush, but like he can do it all as long as you put in the coaching for him,
Yep.
which Salah can do. But
Yeah, it's not.
What are your thoughts there? Would you go
Um,
with Kyle Hamilton or would you go somewhere else?
I don't hate the Kyle Hamilton pick here. He's very versatile, which
Yeah.
is super helpful. So basically, he's not just a safety. He can play a bunch of different positions. So I think a lot of people just look at him as a safety and they think, okay, well, he's a safety. That position isn't valued very highly. But when you look at him, 6'4", 220, athletic freak, can do
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things. I think you're getting more than just a safety out of this pick. And if he plays safety, that's fine. If he lines up at corner or whatever, or even he could even line up at linebacker for frick's sake. I think you're getting a very good player here, and he can do a bunch of different things, and that's kind of what you want. And that's not bad for your fourth overall pick, especially having another one
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah, and I think one of the things like if I'm going to criticize a pick, I better have my own like selection that they would have done. So
Yeah,
I would say the opportunity cost here is getting someone like Ika Mikwanu or um, Ahmad Gardner. Those two players aren't going to last until their next pick. Um, Carl Hamilton wouldn't either, but
yeah,
I feel like those are the three opportunity costs. It's between Kyle Hamilton, Ika Mikwanu, or uh,
Gardner,
who did I say?
Sauce
Gardner. Yeah,
Gardner.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's who I think like the choices are in this one. But Kyle Hamilton, it's it's the riskier
Yeah,
option with the bigger payout. So I don't know about that one, but um, I think it's fine. I don't think
yeah,
it's going to be as bad as what people will probably say it's going to be. Moving on, though, the New York Giants, I've already shown this, but Ike Mikwanu,
yep,
offensive tackle, is getting a lot of buzz, as it says here, for good reason.
yeah.
He's a beast.
He's a
He's
freak.
shown a lot of improvement. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I mean, I don't know what else the Giants need to do other than everything else on the defense, but
Mm-hmm.
they got a lot of holes to fill. Iquanu is one of the more blue chip type talents, so I think that this isn't a incorrect pick, but
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with Icky. So
no,
they could
I would
use a little
say
help on the line there. Maybe more on the interior side. They could use some help, but I mean, uh, you,
yeah,
you still can't go wrong with Icky. So
no, and I mean I'd say the only thing that keeps Icky from starting at offensive tackle is pass sets. I
hmm
think he's not bad at it at all, but they might have someone that's more polished from the get go. So he might start off at guard, but
yeah,
eventually kick out potentially. Or he just stays at offensive tackle. Who really knows? But
yeah,
I think the opportunity cost here for the Giants is going to be Sauce Gardner. Potentially pairing him up with Bradbury would be idealistic there. You also have players like Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean. Giants need linebackers.
yeah.
They have two picks in the top 10, I think, as well. So,
hmm
but I would say real opportunity cost here. You have Charles Cross, who's a left tackle, and yeah, Gardner as well. I think Gardner
hmm
could be another option here, but yeah,
Still can't go wrong with Icky though.
no, he's a dude. He is unreal.
Yeah, he's insane.
Okay, what's your guess for the Panthers on this one?
I've already seen it, so
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
my guess is going to be a quarterback. Am I wrong? Is it Matt Corral?
Oh, we better just scroll down and find out.
Oh, Charles Cross. Okay,
Yep,
that's interesting.
very.
I I that's the thing like we started off with. Like like there's no top five consensus quarterback deals like last year where everyone figured that there's gonna be five quarterbacks gone in the first round. Last year
Yeah.
was a crazy year, but what do you think of them taking Charles Cross here?
It's an interesting one for sure. I think they're kind of just gonna stick with who they got at QB there, either Sam Darnold or it'd most likely be Sam Darnold. So you might as well try
Yeah.
and protect him as much as you can. I don't really know a whole lot about their line, but I mean Charles Cross, he's rated pretty highly. So I mean I think he can go in there and do a pretty good job for what they
Yeah.
need. And It's interesting. I think after this was made pre-Senior Bowl, so it's very
Yeah.
interesting to see kind of how the quarterbacks are going to fall into later mock drafts from everybody.
Yeah. I mean, other than a quarterback, the only other options that I think the Panthers would go with is, I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, it's either offensive line or quarterback, I feel at this point, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean, there's Carl Loftus, but I just don't think they really need an edge with Burns there, and they don't need a corner. They just took what's his face last year.
Caleb Farley, right?
No, they had someone
Oh no
else.
no no yeah. Who was it? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank too.
Yeah, he is that beast.
Oh,
I'm gonna say he's like out of um shoot. Who they pick? Man, I'm
I can't remember now
struggling with
either.
this.
Yeah,
It was a big corner, anyways. Um, they don't need to get a cornerback here, so Sauce isn't really necessarily on the board. It's Derek Stingley either. So I would say out of all the people that are left, Charles Cross or quarterback is what I would expect the Panthers to do here. So I think so far this is looking to be pretty sensible for the most part.
hmm
Okay, so the next one is the Giants via the trade for the Bears when they went and got Justin Fields. Do you know what this pick is, or do you want to take a guess?
um,
So they just took offensive tackle.
I think
I'm
this.
assuming they go linebacker here or Derek Stingley.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. I think it's either a linebacker or edge. I would assume.
Okay. Oh,
There
Jabo.
you go. Yep, David Ojabo.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Jabo is raw.
Yeah,
Not bad, but he is someone that you're taking a lot of leaps of faith on for the draft capital that you're spending on him.
yeah. This is a
Um,
very interesting one.
yeah. 11 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. That's awesome.
hmm
He was not the focal though, and I don't think he really started other than this year, right? And he didn't even start at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're going edge, Karlaftis is the one that's ready made right now.
Yeah,
It's a tougher fit, I feel like, for Karlaftis. But Ojabo's interesting. I don't even know who they have for um um oh, they took Aziz Ojulari last year.
hmm
So they're stacking up on there. That I mean, I feel like they would need to be trading down to make this happen.
yeah. I don't think.
There's a lot of similar level edge prospects that are going to be littered throughout the second and third round too. So
Yeah,
with how great of a pass rush class this is going to be as far as like depth and everything, this is one that I don't necessarily agree with. I think
yeah. I
taking a
think.
Stingley or Sauce Gardner right here
Yep.
would give you a lot more than what Ochavo does value wise.
Yeah, I think if you're taking Ojabo here, I think for his pass rushing ability, and that's what you're going to play him as, mainly as like an edge guy to get to the quarterback. I think you
Yeah.
either look elsewhere, or if you really like him, you ain't reaching for him here. You're going to trade back.
Well, and why not get someone that can maybe create separation pass wise so you can get Daniel Jones to get the ball out of his hands? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I would say either you go linebacker, corner, or wide receiver. I
Yep.
with the top two edges out. Yeah, that's what I would do. But you
Yeah.
know,
I'm right there
he
with
he
you.
apparently talks to his ex and everyone, so he might know more than me. But
True.
I don't think we agree with that one,
Nope.
but nope. I showed a little sneak there. The next one is going to be Atlanta Falcons taking Derek Stingley, which we just finished talking about. He's really high on Ochabo. This is
Yeah.
crazy. But um, yeah, I guess if the Falcons are committed to Matt Ryan, I don't think they go with any of these quarterbacks with
No,
how
not this year.
yeah unneeded they are and how great next year's class could end up being. Um, AJ Terrell is a star. I think he proved that this year. He's
Yeah.
probably top three cornerback this year.
Mm-hmm.
Debatable, obviously, but I don't. I don't think you need two-star cornerbacks. You need a star cornerback. I think having AJ Terrell is awesome. And then you need to have a lot of depth at cornerback to play everyone else. It's not like the worst thing ever to have two great corners, but
No.
I mean, the Falcons could still upgrade wide receiver. They
Mm-hmm.
could upgrade anyone else on that defense with linebackers and things like that.
Yeah, I think they look more on the offensive side of the ball for sure, especially with the potential of losing Calvin Ridley and
Yeah.
also potentially losing, I think, Cordell Patterson. I think he might be a free agent, depending on if they
Oh
re-sign him or
yeah.
not. So there's
Yeah.
two. I mean, you played this year without Calvin Ridley, but there's two of your star offensive weapons that could be leaving, and
Yeah.
then pretty much all that's left is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And
Uh, yeah, I mean, taking like a Garrett Wilson here would be
yeah,
really interesting. They just don't have anything on offense, and I mean, you can even go and take a tackle here, and that might help you out too.
yeah,
But
I'd
I
be
just,
looking on the offensive line to kind of give Matt Ryan a little bit more
yeah, drafting a
protection.
cornerback too is just, I don't think that's your priority in a top 10 pick like this. So,
Yeah.
dang. Well, okay, so our opportunity cost essentially is going to be taking someone like N'Kobe Dean or a Garrett Wilson.
Hmm.
But okay, Denver Broncos. Who we got here? Ooh, speaking of N'Kobe
N'Kobe
Dean,
Dean.
this is another one where the Broncos do need a quarterback. Um, but this is with the assumption that they get a veteran. If they get a veteran, I can see to them taking a Kobe Dean. He's very good. He's smart as well.
Hmm.
They got a good secondary. That's not a problem there.
Yeah, their defense is really good. They had I think it was maybe a top 10 defense this past year.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a, I mean, you could probably make the argument for a guard or a tackle here as well, to just to help solidify that offensive line for whatever veteran they're bringing in.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I think N'Kobe Dean is probably the best player for them in this situation. So I like the pick. I
Hmm.
like that one or offensive line.
Yep.
But who would be the next offensive line taken here? Because a lot of the big boys are taken. It would have to be someone like Trevor Penning or
Yeah.
um, what's the other dude's name? We'll see. We'll see. But no, I like this one. I think N'Kobe Dean is going to fluctuate a lot in this draft process, depending on what Devin Lloyd does. Those two are probably in the tightest competition as far as draft position goes right now. All right, so the next pick here is going to be Drake
Ooh,
London for
there
the
you go.
Jets. I think we had this or we had something similar to this.
We did have this one.
Oh, we did.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. We did.
The reason why I like this one is like this guy is saying right here. They got a lot of good players that are slots and wide receiver twos. They got plenty of
Hmm.
those, and Corey Davis. Uh, they just don't have a reliable target to just throw up to.
Hmm.
Sometimes you need that. Carson Wentz had that with Pittman this year. But I think Drake London, he's got this what's the word? Reputation for being slow, but honestly, like he's got great footwork. He's got other ways to separate other than speed, and he's 6'5". He's huge.
Hmm.
He catches everything. So I like this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a solid one for him. I think they need that deep threat guy that can go up there and make those 50-50 balls, 70-30 balls, give Zach Wilson the nice big target that he can throw at, and the guy's going to go up there and get it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good pick for him. I think he'll do well. Just the only worry is his ability to make the opportunity to separate from defenders. I mean, he's not bad at it, but I think he needs to get more creative in ways to do it. And I think, I mean, that you can learn all those. So, but
yeah.
no, it's a solid pick. Dude's what 6'5", 6'4" or something. He's a monster. He's good.
Yeah.
So it's a solid pick for him. I like it.
Okay, next pick is the Washington Commanders.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's got to be a quarterback here.
it is.
Malik Willis. Ooh, okay. Conversation about Malik Willis. What do you think right now?
If you would have asked me pre Senior Bowl, I would have been like, "You're crazy if you actually pick Malik Willis here." But now we're recording this post Senior Bowl, and well, just the practices and everything. But from all those practices, he definitely looks like he could be QB 1 or 2 in this class. He's top 3 for sure,
Yeah,
and he was the most consistent one there. I think a lot of them are saying that he has a lot of potential to grow and become an even better quarterback than he was at Liberty. He had a terrible offensive line at Liberty, which is what forced him to move out of the pocket a lot and created a bad habit there.
yeah,
But I don't know. You got to wait and see to play it out. It's not a bad pick for them. They do need a quarterback for sure. I just don't know if Malik Willis could be their guy. For their system, I'd probably look more to like a Matt Corral or a Sam Howell, possibly. But Malik Willis isn't horrible. I don't know. Only time will tell to see how this kind of works out in their favor, or if it does or if it doesn't.
yeah. I think the thing with Malik Willis is if you're Malik Willis, you like. I mean, you probably want to go to the Commanders because you'll get to start right away. Like you're
Yes.
you're gonna have to be there. But if you're the Commanders, I don't see going with Willis mainly because you do not know what you're gonna get
Yeah.
the first year. Like you can get a stellar, amazing RG3 the level season, or you can get what I would say is a worse rendition of what the New York Jets just went through, where yeah, you got Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson, but the talent around Washington isn't super great.
Hmm.
The line is okay, but you're going to have someone that's running around all the time, who's less accurate than Zach Wilson, and it's just going to be a struggle for the first year if he goes to the Commanders.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doomed. If he goes anywhere, like I can't speak on how hard he's going to work and whatnot, but just making that investment in Malik Willis to start right away because you're going to have him start right away. It's a recipe for people getting fired, rebuilds and everything.
Yep.
So not dooming Malik Willis here. It's not his fault. It's hard to just make that bet on him right now, given what he did the last season. So, anyways,
It'll be an
12th
interesting one.
pick is the Vikings.
Yep.
So Vikings, I'm gonna guess it's gotta be a Mod Gardner here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
guessing.
don't remember, but that's who I would be picking. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna
Hey,
say that's who I'd be picking
there
right
we go.
here.
Yeah, this is one of the easier ones, especially with N'Kobe Dean out, and some of the other options here. I think Gardner provides that cornerback that they just haven't had in a long time.
Yeah.
Even Patrick Peterson wasn't great this year. Yeah, Dantzler, I agree with that. Not sold on him. Kirk Cousins is going to stay another year, so you can't spend capital right now when
Hmm.
you need to get everything you can to make a run, especially if Aaron Rodgers leaves. But Ahmad Gardner's dope. I think if you get him at 12, you're happy. So
Yeah,
I like this pick.
I, that is arguably my QB one of this, or not QB, cornerback one of
Cornerback one.
this draft class. So that is a steal for them for sure.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So that one was pretty quick. 13. Is that the Eagles? No, it's the
Nope,
Browns.
Browns.
Okay, shout out Gage
Yep,
here.
shout out Gage.
We're guessing Garrett Wilson here.
Yep, that's what I'm
Um,
guessing.
if it's other, if it's not Garrett Wilson or Traylon Burks, Gage might be a little upset.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There we go. Okay, yeah,
Garrett
Garrett
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yep, it's got to be.
Go watch our mock draft. We get really deep into Garrett Wilson there, but he's a very solid wide receiver, master of
Yes.
none, but he's great in everything. So
Hmm.
that's what they need. I think that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I can't go wrong with Garrett Wilson for sure.
Yeah. All right. So number 14, the Ravens. This is one where I honestly do not have a real take one way or the other. Ravens kind of just do their own thing,
Yeah,
and it works out for them. So I don't know what's going to be here. We got Tyler
Tyler.
Linderbaum.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay. Eagles fans are punching the wall right
Yep.
now. I mean, Tyler Linderbaum's best center in the draft. I think he's a generational type of center. I think he fits up with Travis Fredericks and Ryan Kelly as first round type centers. So I like this pick.
Hmm.
I honestly, you could tell me anything here, and I'm like, okay, well, that fits the Ravens. So I,
Yeah.
I think this works here. The only other thing on board here, is getting more of a tackle. I feel like they're a little bit more depleted on the outside of the line, but and you could go with more DBs, but they're going to get DBs in the later round. So I think this fits. And yeah, this is good for them. They'll
Yeah.
be happy for this one.
Yeah. Solid.
Okay, Eagles. Okay, this is where I'm having Devin Lloyd go. In my opinion, I think within the three picks for the Eagles, I have either Devin Lloyd at this point or Traylon Burks or someone like that.
Yeah.
Devin
There
Lloyd,
you
let's
go.
go. Okay, so I like Devin Lloyd a lot. He's out of Utah. He's got the more modern frame of a linebacker. He plays edge to edge, line to line. He's awesome. He got the physical traits of everything that you need in a linebacker, and he's going to be great at covering tight ends. So uh, I really like this pick. Reminds me of Darius Leonard a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pickup for him there at 15 for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with that one.
I think Devin Lloyd could potentially go up higher. I mean,
Yeah, oh
he's
yeah,
one player
oh
that
yeah,
we've been mentioning as like opportunity cost for a lot of these teams. So here, I mean, I think Devin Lloyd fits well.
yep.
Let's see who the other picks are.
I think they have the next pick as well. So
Yeah. I don't really know. Maybe Stingley.
he's already off.
Ooh. Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was the Falcons.
Oh, Falcons. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Ebiketie. Okay, so this is where it's a little bit easier to take a project edge when it's in the 16 range because you're kind of less blue chip talent and more just great starters with good potential. I think Arnold Ebiketie fits that. He is pretty. What the? He is pretty. What's the word? Raw in a sense, but he had a great season. He's explosive, like he says. I'm a big fan too. So
Hmm.
I think this gets their defense a lot younger, and that's something that the Eagles have needed for a while.
Yeah, it's either him or Karloftis for sure.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, Karloftis is just. I think that one's you got to have someone that has an idea in mind for what they're going to do with him.
Hmm.
And Ebiketie, he's more of your go get the quarterback types. So I like this one.
Yep.
Let's see here.
The Chargers.
Chargers, Jordan Davis.
Davis.
Why is this up? That's the thing that's annoying me. But yeah, so Jordan Davis to the Chargers. How do you feel about that one? That one's interesting.
Um, yeah, it is kind of interesting. I think they look more towards the corner position, or maybe another wide receiver.
Yeah,
But Jordan Davis, I think he's not a bad pick for there. Kind of beefs up that defensive line a little bit more. So I mean, you can't go wrong there. I don't know if the value of the pick for him right there is good or not, but I mean, I think he can come in and do what you need him to do for sure.
yeah. Jordan Davis is got a lot of hype. Um, I think he'll do good, but that division is just all passing,
Yeah,
and I don't know if you need necessarily a Jordan Davis type in there to stop everything.
no,
I mean, I would go with more of like a cornerback here if I
yeah.
was the Chargers,
I'd
but
be looking Trent McDuffie or Kyler
yeah,
Gordon or Andrew Booth,
yeah,
one of those guys, or
exactly.
Kyer Elam or one of those guys for
Yeah,
sure. I'd be there's a lot of corners that you can get here, and I'd be
yeah,
you need that, and especially in that division for real. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a pass heavy division for sure. So
So yeah, I mean they missed on the guy that they took out of Notre Dame, one of their nose tackles, but I think Jordan Davis is a great player. I just don't think he's going to go to Los Angeles. I think
yeah,
he
I
fits a
don't
lot
think he
better
falls here.
schemes. Okay, New Orleans.
Kenny
Kenny Two Gloves
Kenny Two Gloves,
Pickett.
baby. Um,
Very interesting
it is an interesting
situation
one.
here. The reason why I don't think they're going to go quarterback here is I think Jameis Winston is going to lock that job down.
Hmm.
Think he's looked good enough there, and they need to shed a lot of cap space. And having three, or I guess Jameis Winston isn't signed yet. He's unrestricted free agent. But I think Kenny Pickett is a great option if you don't have another option at quarterback. But they have two other options at quarterback, and they got to
Hmm.
shed so much. They got to do a lot. Um, so this would be, I don't know. I would say offensive tackle since they're losing Teron Armstead. There's tackles that can fit that line very well
Yeah,
on the board. So that's I would say offensive tackle here.
I'd either go tackle or wide receiver because they need some help at that position as
Yeah,
well.
Traylon Burks would be nice in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
that's my baby right there. I think Traylon Burks would
Yeah.
slide right in that lineup and absolutely murder it. So yeah,
Yeah,
tackle or wide
100%.
receiver for sure.
Okay, Eagles. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Chris Olave,
Yep.
very interesting pick. I think it fits well here. I would prefer to see them land someone like Garrett Wilson or Drake London, obviously. But even this, I mean, I think Traylon Burks would fit better with their style more than
Hmm.
Olave would. But Chris Olave is going to be a lot better than the Jalen Ragers and the Arcega Whitesides that they've been
Yeah.
drafting lately. So I think they fit well with Devontae Smith. I can't be mad, but I would say Traylon Burks is probably the better option for them.
Yeah, I think he can do a better job with their style of offense that they run there. So I would look more towards Traylon Burks, and not saying Chris Olave is bad, but I think for what
Yeah,
they run, Traylon Burks will fit their system better.
yeah. Okay, Steelers going with the Golden Corral here. I like him a lot. I know people don't like him as much, but I think he has a very live arm. He's accurate, especially in the short to mid range, which the Steelers have been doing a lot because of Ben Roethlisberger. But he's someone that can get the ball to Chase Claypool, to Deontay Johnson, and especially with Najee Harris there, they're going to be running more RPOs with Matt
Hmm.
Corral if they take him, and he's the best quarterback in RPOs in this draft. I just don't think that the Steelers go with Corral. I think they would rather see Malik Willis fall or
Yes.
take someone like Carson Strong. I feel like that's more the Steelers style. But this pick wouldn't be bad either.
No, yeah, I think they need the quarterback. Matt Corral, good guy. I think he can fit well there. But yeah, it's either between probably like Corral, Sam Howell, or
Yeah,
Malik Willis, depending on what your flavor is, what you want. Personal
yeah.
opinion. So, but Matt Corral, that I mean, it's not a bad pick there. I think he can do well for sure.
Yeah. All right, 21. Who we got here? The Patriots.
Patriots.
Is this gonna be your boy Burks or Williams? You think?
I I know who it is.
Hey,
Jameson
Jameson
Williams.
Williams.
Yep.
Yeah, he's. We also talked about this in our mock draft too, but he's got everything that you want. He just has injuries pulling him back.
Yep.
I think this is a great pick. So
Yeah, I like Jameson Williams. If you watch our mock draft video, I rate him pretty highly now. I hope he can recover from that injury. I'm more than likely he will. So if he falls this far, I think it's it's a great pick for the Patriots. We need wide receivers, need help big time in that category. Kendrick Bourne came onto the scene pretty well this past season, but I think we still need more guys in that wide receiver room. And I think Jameson Williams can get that job done. So I like this pick a lot.
yeah, the Patriots don't have a whole lot of holes. They just can get younger and
Yeah,
at certain positions. I think wide receiver is the only one where if you get a first round talent there, they're going to be able to start. So
yeah.
I like that pick a lot. Okay, number 22, the Raiders go Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson. The Raiders only draft out of Clemson, so
Oh
this
yeah.
makes sense here. I think this works out well. He's he does a lot there at Clemson. He's got the right size. The Raiders have a need there, and he's a rather good cornerback. I think we have Kyler Gordon rated higher than Booth here,
Mm-hmm.
and most people have the guy out of Washington, um, whatever his face is, rated a little bit higher too, Trent
McDuffie.
McDuffie.
Yeah.
But them being Clemson, this makes sense for the Raiders.
Yep. Yeah, I think you get a good player with either one of those corners, and since they're Clemson of the NFL, might as well. But
Yeah,
he's solid. He if you watch his tape, he makes a lot of really good open field tackles. So
yeah,
he's a good tackler for sure.
yeah. Well, and I think if they're going wide receiver, I think this is a good spot for Chris Olave, but
Yes.
he's already gone. I don't think Traylon Burks would be used well in Oakland.
No, I don't think so.
And then, I mean, outside of that, I mean, getting offensive line pieces is the only other option here, I think, for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I like this pick. Can't really complain, but I feel like there's just other options that could potentially be here.
Yeah.
Cardinals. I think most people have them taking the cornerback, offensive line. Oh, Karlaftis,
Here we go.
J.J. Watt or I wouldn't say 2.0. He's J.J. Watt light. He's smaller, but I feel like he has a lot of the same uh, motor, and he's a great edge setter. He's going to be in the backfield a ton. He's just not the purest of pass rushers, but he's always there. He's always
Yeah.
around everywhere. I think he fits well in this scheme, and I think it's a good piece for them. I don't mind seeing Karloftis here. He could definitely go a lot higher than this
Oh
pick
yeah.
too.
A
So
lot of people mock him a lot higher, so I think that's a good pick for him.
yeah, I don't mind this one. I think that they should consider cornerback here too, though. But I mean, Karlaftis is a great talent anyway, so I can't hate on this one yet,
Yep.
but we'll see. Okay, 24. Who is that? The Cowboys. Trayvon
Von Walker.
Walker. Okay, I honestly haven't seen anything on Trayvon Walker. I don't really understand, or not. I don't know anything about Trayvon Walker, so I can't give a great analysis here. But just alone, Trayvon Walker D end. Um, it looks like it could fit. Gives Micah Parsons a little bit more flexibility to play whatever position might help him the most at that game. But I think that if they can get an offensive tackle or a guard here that can help solidify that line even more, that's where the Cowboys can focus on a little bit more right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't
Because
watched
like,
anything on Trayvon Walker either, so I can't really
yeah.
give a good opinion on this one.
But I do think if they were to go with offensive tackle, someone like a Trevor Penning would be awesome here.
Oh yeah.
Your offensive line has been around for a while. They're getting older. You don't want that to ever become a weakness. And I think getting an offensive tackle here would be better.
Yeah, I think it'd benefit them more for sure.
At 25, we got Bengals. It's got to be Trevor Penning or
Yeah,
some other
it's
tackle.
got to be for sure. Yep.
Okay, so this was obviously done before the playoffs as well.
Yeah.
They're not going to be picking here. They're going to be picking 31 or 32, hopefully 32. But yeah, Trevor Penning, I've been saying his name a little bit throughout this round. I think the Bengals jump for joy here. This is a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think this guy Trevor Penning will slot right in there, and I think it'll help them out tremendously for sure. He's a
Yeah.
monster. He's good.
Yeah, they took Jackson Carmen last year in the second round. They have a few other pieces there, but they need they need to get five great offensive linemen. I
Yep.
think adding Penning into the mix there is the best thing they can do to help their team out. Okay, so 26. Don't know who this is going to be. The Dolphins. Okay. Dolphins take Jahan
Dotson.
Dotson.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I don't know. You're risking having two of the same players with Jalen Waddle here. Waddle's faster. Dotson's solid, obviously. Um, but do they need a wide receiver first round? I mean, I guess they kind of do. But
You could go wide receiver. If I'm going wide receiver here and Traylon Burks is still not off the board,
yeah,
I would like to see Traylon Burks going here over Jahan Dotson for sure.
yeah. I mean, I don't have any qualms against Dotson at all, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like you said though. I think you're getting the same player basically with Waddle. Just Waddle's faster.
yeah, uh, yeah,
I think they need more of that deep threat, bigger guy that can go up, has great hands, and Traylon Burks has great hands. He's a
yeah,
monster, but I think I'd look more towards a Traylon Burks in this situation, especially if he's still on the board.
yeah. I would also look at Kenyon Green. He's
Yes.
an offensive guard, and cornerbacks are good as well, especially with Xavier Howard potentially getting traded, or I think he might even be a unrestricted free agent. So I don't know about Dotson here. I don't think he gives enough of a wow presence to be like, oh yeah, that's a first round wide receiver.
No. Yeah.
He's not bad though.
I don't think he's a first round guy. Not. He's not terrible, but I don't think he sneaks in the first round.
Yeah, and I don't mind being wrong about that one if I end up being wrong, but
Yep.
I just personally wouldn't go with Dotson if I was the Dolphins here.
Yeah.
Okay, 27 Bills. This has got to be a corner. I'm guessing it's Trent McDuffie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
There you
there we
go.
go. Yeah, I think this one is going to be chalked up to either a cornerback or offensive line here.
Mm-hmm.
Kenyon Green again is another option here. He's awesome, and there's a few other tackle prospects that are gonna kick inside that you could potentially go here. But Trent McDuffie is rated very highly.
Hmm.
He does a lot. The he's not gonna be asked to be the shutdown corner right away. But you go into a great DB room with a little bit of a need there. I think that is a great pairing for McDuffie and the Bills.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pickup for him, especially if he's still available this far in the first round. He's
Oh
first round
yeah.
material for sure. Can't he's a beast. He's pretty athletic. Does a good job at what he does, obviously. And
And quarterbacks just don't like throwing to him either.
yeah,
So
and quarterbacks in college did not like throwing to him. So
and he tackles very well too.
hmm
He's great in the open field. I think he gets a lot more play in the slot, and I think he could be elite there. But he can also handle outside responsibilities, especially in zone. So yeah,
that's a
the
good pick right there.
Lions.
Yeah,
The Lions. Do you think they go wide receiver or quarterback here?
I know the pick.
Oh, is it Burks?
No,
Oh, Sam Howell. Ooh, okay. Was not expecting a quarterback here, actually. What do you think?
I don't think you go corner or corner. That's what I meant to say. I think you
Rough
go
here.
corner. I don't think you go QB. I think you have too much invested in Jared Goff now, in a sense, for payment wise. But
Yeah.
I think you roll. I think you stick with him. I think you upgrade in other areas for sure. Jared Goff isn't the worst. He's not the greatest, obviously, but I mean you can work with him, and I think they have other areas of need before quarterback.
Yeah, 100%. Um, I think here, Sam Howell, honestly, like Sam Howell was ranked as a number one pick like last year before everything started.
Hmm.
Um, Not a bad option here, honestly. Like, if they do go with it, at least they have a plan for the future in
Yeah.
quarterback. Jared Goff did look a lot better at the end of the season there.
Hmm.
So we'll still see, but um, potentially here, I could see going and just giving Jared Goff no excuse and giving him a Treylon Burks type of wide receiver, or going in and handling things on the defensive side, which they really, really need to do.
Yes.
Um, I would say, even Kyer Elam here would be great. Yeah, I don't know if I would go quarterback here.
Yeah, I would stay away from quarterback here.
All right, our next pick, Kansas City Chiefs. Uh, there's a lot here. I don't really know exactly what the Chiefs are gonna do, but they go Cameron Thomas off the edge, San Diego State. He looks like a beast. You can tell me almost any pick here. The Chiefs take him. I don't really know what the Chiefs need right now. They have a lot of players
Hmm.
across the field. I would say probably safety is a little bit more needy than an edge, but
Yeah, I could see. Oh man, what's his name? Brisker from Penn State. Is that his name?
yeah,
Brisker. I could
Quan
see.
Brisker, I
Yeah,
think.
and Lewis Sign is still Scene Sign, whatever. He's still on the board as well. I think he's a solid safety.
Yeah,
They need someone to pair up with Tyron Matthew there.
and positional value wise as well. I understand going edge
Oh
first and
yeah,
then safety
100%. Yeah,
later.
yeah.
So then that could totally happen. I think Cameron Thomas is great, and I think he fits a lot
Hmm.
of teams. So if he goes here, I don't think that's the worst thing ever.
No, yeah,
But
it's a good pick for him.
yeah, I mean, if they have a better option at cornerback too, I mean, L'Jarius Need just got burnt left and right this year.
Yeah.
That could be another option, but this is okay. This isn't egregious or anything.
Hmm.
All right, 30, DeMarvin Leal, Buccaneers. I do think that they spend draft capital on the defensive line. I think that's probably one of their biggest needs, and I just don't think they're going to get the heir apparent to Tom Brady in the draft. So I like this pick. I think this is fine. DeMarvin Leal is real. and I think he fits well.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Leal. Haven't watched any tape on him yet, but I've seen him mocked in the first round a couple times. So I mean, you can't really go wrong here. And they do
Yeah.
need D line for sure. So I think it's a solid pickup for him.
Speaking of Kyler Gordon,
Boom.
the bad men in the AFC South take Kyler Gordon. They need. I think they really need DBs.
Mm-hmm.
They need that. I would say they could continue to add on that offensive line and continue to make that a strength, positional value wise. But Kyler Gordon here is great. They could also look at a linebacker since they're most likely going to lose two linebackers this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they are potentially going to lose Harold Landry too. So that's another reason to maybe look at outside linebacker. But I like Kyler Gordon. I think he played very well at Washington, arguably, potentially better than Trent McDuffie. I think it's just more of what you need. But he's a bigger body, he's fast, and I mean he was scary as well there too. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this pick because it's the Titans, but I like the pick for who the player is. I think this is a good one.
Yeah, I think it's a solid spot for him to land, and they need help there. So I like that pick a lot for the Titans.
Yeah. Well, and the Packers will definitely be taken lower than this pick right now,
Yep.
but I expect them to go wide receiver here. Ooh, okay. Trey McBride. Uh, tight ends going in the first round isn't really happening a whole lot anymore. Um, but Trey McBride is the best tight end. I think that's just without a doubt true.
Mm-hmm.
McBride was the entire offense for Colorado State. He did everything for him. He catches contested balls. He catches, go route slants. Everything that you really expect out of a wide receiver or a tight end coming out of college to be able to run. I think he's the best tight end. I think he would be great. It's surprising to see the Packers go with a tight end in the first round. I think they would rather go with a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it helps out the offense whether it's Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers, so can't really hate it.
Yeah. I'd be looking more towards the wide receiver area because you can always upgrade there. I mean, you got Vontae Adams, obviously, but then after that, you're kind of slim pickings in those positions. Like, um, what's his name, Scantley or whatever. He's all right for the
Oh
Packers.
yeah,
Mon-
Valdez Scantling.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's all right. But I don't know if he's like a true wide receiver too. And I think once
yeah,
again, I'll say it again: if Traylon Burks is still here, you gotta pick him. This dude is
yeah. Taking Treylon Burks in the second round is gonna be nice for whoever does it,
exact.
but
If that actually happens, you just got yourself a steal because I don't know how people aren't rating him highly. Obviously, more people have information than we do, but I think they look
yeah,
wide receiver for sure. I think you give Robert Tonyan another go out if he recovers from his
yeah.
injury. I think he's not a bad option. He's inconsistent, but I mean he knows the offense. He does a good job in it, and I think Robert Tonyan can continue to do a decent job there. And I think you look
Yeah.
to get Aaron Rodgers another weapon if he sticks around.
And this is a great spot as well to take an offensive tackle.
Yep.
They have Bakhtiari getting older and more injury prone. And his staying around ability is a lot more dependent on Aaron Rodgers, I feel like. So getting some pieces in there early without having to wait until it's a need also is a great option too. But Drake McBride's not bad. Just surprising for them to do that in
Yeah.
the first round.
Surprising first round pick there.
But yeah, no, I like that. I think overall, grade wise, if I'm grading this one, I think really the most egregious picks for me are Dotson, Howell, and um, Malik Willis,
And Ojabo.
um, and Ojabo. Yeah. I would say, I mean, I would say I'd give this a C plus. grade for me. I
Yeah.
know, like you said, it's really early and everything, but to me, I can't see Ojabo going that early. Stingley to the Falcons doesn't make the most sense. Willis to me just does not fit
No,
in
does not fit
the
that.
Commanders at all. He nails a few of these ones as well, though, here in the middle. But Jared Davis, Kenny Pickett, I don't think it land in those spots. Matt Corral, I don't think lands there. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with a C plus. I think he is kind of just guessing on these ones a
Yeah.
little bit more than being really informed. And I don't know, not what I would have done, but I mean that's why we put out our mock draft first, so
Yeah.
that way you guys can go and look and see what we would have done. But yeah, I mean, how many trades do you think potentially happen?
In the first round,
Yeah, there's
probably.
always at least two. I feel like there's always at least two. I think there could be like upwards of four
Yeah, I'd
potentially.
say about a handful of trades, maybe.
I I think someone does trade up for Malik Willis. I don't think it's
I think it's the
the
Steelers.
Commanders.
I think it's the
I think the
Steelers.
Steelers potentially could, or whoever else feels like they need to. The Saints maybe.
Yeah.
Um, I also think that the Panthers could potentially either trade up or trade down. I think they're in an awkward position,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. I don't really like that mock draft that much.
Yeah, I rated about a C.
Yeah.
So it was very all over the place. A few of them made sense, and a few of them are like, "Are you sure about that one?"
Yeah, seriously.
A little bit of head
But
scratchers, but overall, Mel Kiper, yeah, I mean, he's a kind of
that's
well-renowned guy, so we'll see what
yeah.
happens. I'm sure he'll come out with the 2.0, and things will change.
Yeah, he's gonna have Malik Willis going number two overall to the
Yeah,
Steelers.
yeah. See, he's like, I'm doing trades in this one.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, if you guys liked our review of it, our little mock talk is what we're calling it.
Hmm.
Drop a like. You can also comment if we're dumb, we're missing something,
Yeah,
whatever.
feel
Drop
free.
a comment. We don't really mind being told we're wrong. It's
Yep.
in our name. But we're gonna be putting out more of these mock drafts. So comment if you know any other mock drafts out there that you want us to review. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll make it shorter as we go along, just as we keep on doing it. We don't want to keep repeating ourselves too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, like comics and then subscribe. I think we need to get 1,000 subscribers to even start thinking about monetizing stuff. So help us out.
Yep.
We wanna produce some content for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Any last words?
Um, just stay tuned for more videos. We're gonna be pumping some out here pretty soon, and it's gonna be very high quality content around here.
Very high.
Very
Yeah.
high. All right.
And Gage might be with us
Oh
later
yeah,
too.
for
So
sure, for
shout
sure.
out Gage.
Yep.
Uh, for
All
sure.
right.
All right.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.